Hey everybody, Life Lessons Podcast. This is Doug here. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about money, just because it's a fun topic, and making money and earning money, saving money, starting a business, everything kind of money related. So I want to just kind of think about possibilities. What's possible when it comes to making money? Most of us are probably working at a job. So because we're working for someone else, our sense of possibility is our perception of the possibility is kind of limited, because we know generally what others are making. We kind of know what's expected. We kind of know where the ceiling is or the limitation is. And it's true, as an employee, there's generally going to be a limit for you for how much you can make. But let's just look at that. Within that environment, working for someone else, how far, how high can you go when it comes to your income? How valuable can you become? To that employer, right? How much value can you bring? How indispensable can you become? So begin to think about possibilities within your current environment, the current company you work for, and just consider how high you can go. Start to allow yourself to think of possibilities you would not normally allow yourself to think. Start dropping the limitations of what you think you can and can't do. If it's a priority for you, if it's important to you, if it's important enough, we can accomplish whatever possibility we choose. But it has to be important. So, outside of your work, how much could you make? Is there a law saying you can only make $100,000 every year? Or is there a law saying you can only make $500,000 every year? Or is there a law saying you can only make $1 million per year? No, there's nothing like that. Not in our Western society, anyways. So what is possible for you when it comes to earning? How much wealth could you create? Is there a limit to the amount of money in your country or in Western society or in the world? Is there really a limit? I mean, money is just a symbolic representation of value. it doesn't truly exist. So is there a limit to how much you can have, how much you can acquire? No, I mean, they can always just make more money. It's just numbers, just out of thin air. There's no limit. There's no limit to how much you could make within a business. So, well, what about a demand? You need to sell something that has a high demand. Okay. Is there a limit to demand? Is there a limit to human demand? What people want? No. There's no limit to what people want. So there will always be demand for you to fulfill. Okay. Well, then maybe there's a limit to how much time you can spend. Oh, I can't build a business. I don't have enough time. Okay. Well, you and Jeff Bezos both have 24 hours in a day. You and Elon Musk both have 24 hours in a day. You and the local entrepreneur who owns 5 car washes all have 24 hours in your day. So we all have the same amount of time. Oh, well, they can hire a bunch of employees to work for them. Okay, is there a limit to workers, people willing to find a job and work for you? No, there's tons of people out there who you can hire to do work for you. There's tons of employee mindset people out there who want to work for someone else. Because of their limited perception, they're just not ready yet to begin building their own business. Oh, well, Jeff Bezos, he has a bunch of capital and he was able to, that's why he was able to do that. Okay, well, is there really a limit to the amount of capital out there? So this again is money is just a number. There's no limit to money that exists. There's no limit to people who are willing to invest. There's no limit to people who are willing to make a good deal, a fair deal, or an unfair deal with you. Well, they have different connections and they can, they have connections and family, and that's why they're able to do that. Okay, is there a limit to the amount of connections you can make? Is there literally someone stopping you from making a connection? Is there someone stopping you from communicating with another person? If you really wanted to, if it was really important to you, you could do it. So my point here is I'm trying to break your limiting beliefs on what's possible. I want you to start seeing greater possibilities for you in your life. And yesterday we talked about, in the last podcast, we talked about happiness, how happiness is created within. You will have a much higher chance of success if you work on being happy, which we talked about is a side effect, a result of gratitude. You'll be much more successful in achieving your goals if you can maintain your state of gratitude, no matter what is going on around you. You'll be able to take on any challenge that comes your way. You'll be more willing and able to adapt, to find solutions, to find more possibilities, to lead, to influence, to solve problems. So focus on gratitude first. Focus on keeping your mindset poised, understanding the infinite nature of reality. Then you free yourself to start taking action. Now you don't have any more fears or worries or perceived losses or even perceived gains. Now it can become more about contribution, solving problems. Is there a lack of problems to solve in this world that people are willing to pay for? That people are willing to exchange their money, which is nothing but symbolic energy, that they're willing to exchange their energy for? Is there a lack of problems for you to solve? No, they're abundant. So your potential to earn is also abundant. There's a few things that you'll run into when you start, or if you start trying to create a business. You have to realize that you don't get to keep it all. When you sell something, you don't get to keep it all. Only a part of your revenue is going to be profit. Most of it needs to go back into the company. It needs to feed the company so the company can grow. Some of it you get to keep, sure. But a big chunk of it needs to feed the company. It needs to pay employees so that you don't have to do everything. It needs to pay for marketing and advertisements and to continue to raise awareness of the solution you have. It's the fuel. Marketing is the fuel that gets the car going. Without the fuel, it doesn't go anywhere. You might have the best product in the world, the best solution in the world, but if you don't put any fuel in the car, in the engine, it's not gonna go anywhere. So again, this fear of loss or this perception of gain is going to challenge you. And the way to get over that is, again, to see things from an infinite perspective. To appreciate when you have to pay those bills, when you have to pay those employees, and pay your marketing team or marketing guy or your website developer, to appreciate doing that rather than resenting. because you're building something. You're building a machine that makes money, that fulfills a demand, that fulfills a contribution. If your product is good, it's going to serve people. It's going to serve humanity. And there's not going to be a limit to that. So I'll end that there. So the life lesson for today is to consider what's possible. Consider possibilities beyond what other people believe are possible. This is thinking big. This is thinking beyond the average. So give that a try. Consider what's possible for you. Take some of those limits off. Okay, talk to you guys later. If you're interested in coaching with me, you can reach me at spencelifecoaching.com. Okay, bye.